Lesson 12. What will you do on your next vacation?
Warm-up dialogue. The beach, the mountains, or elsewhere? Wow, summer's almost here. I can hardly wait for our vacation to start.
Where would you like to go this year? The beach or the mountains?
I don't want to stay here at all. I think we should travel abroad for once.
No, it's too expensive.
No, not really. A lot of my friends have gone to Europe or the US. They tell me that very inexpensive package deals are available all the time.
Really?
There's hardly any difference in price at all between staying home and going away.
I find that very hard to believe.
Why don't you look into it? I bet you'll be surprised at how little it costs to see Australia.
There are still lots of things here that you haven't seen yet. I think you should put your own country first, and then look around somewhere else later.
I can always travel around here, but just once I'd like to see how other people live. I think this would make me appreciate even more how great it is to be here.
Okay, I'll look into it and see what it costs. But I think we'd better let your mom decide.
That sounds fair. I guess from now on, I'll have to help her do a lot of housework. Questions. 1. What are the reasons Pam's dad wants to stay home? 2. How does Pam answer her father's concerns? 3. Why does Pam think she will have a lot of housework to do? Pictures talk.
One. Question number 1. What is happening in the picture? Question number 2. Do you worry about traffic when you go on vacation? Question number 3. How can one avoid heavy traffic during the vacation season?
2. Question number 1. What is happening in the picture? Question number 2. Do you like to go swimming even when the pool is crowded? Why or why not? Question number 3. What are some poolside safety precautions that should always be followed?
3. Question number 1. Have you ever camped out? When and where? Question number 2. What did you do there? Did you enjoy it? Question number 3. What's the difference between staying in a condominium and in a tent? Which do you prefer? Why?
4. Question number 1. What do you do at the beach? Question number 2. Do you like to tan? Why or why not? Question number 3. What are good and bad things about going to the beach?
5. Question number 1. Which do you like better, snow skiing or water skiing? Why? Question number 2. Snowboarding and jet skiing are also popular. How do they compare with snow skiing and water skiing? Question number 3. What other kinds of summer and winter activities can you think of?
6. Question number 1. Do you like to go hiking in the mountains? Why or why not? Question number 2. What mountains have you climbed? Question number 3. What do you think about rock climbing? Do you think it is easy or dangerous? Answer me. 1. Chatting about vacations. Hi, I'm glad I saw you online. I wanted to tell you how much fun I'm having.
Where are you?
My family took a rafting trip. Before we came, I was afraid, but now I know how much fun it is. I want to do it again.
Maybe my fam will do it next year, but this summer we go to the ocean.
Have you been there before?
Of course, many times, but this year will be special.
Why?
'Cause Dad says I'm going to learn how to surf. That really looks like fun.
I tried last year. I couldn't keep my balance, but it was fun anyhow.
Questions. 1. Did you ever go rafting? Describe the experience. How about surfing? 2. What do you think the most interesting water sport is? Why? 3. Do you think Dick and Jenny are near each other? Why or why not?
2. Potential problems.
Well, I'm definitely going to New York this summer. I'll spend my whole vacation staying with my uncle there.
Really? Aren't you excited?
Part of me can't wait to go. I've always wanted to do this. But another part of me is kind of scared about going.
Why?
I'm afraid my English isn't good enough. I won't be able to talk to anyone. Maybe I'll get lost or get in trouble because I don't understand something.
Don't worry. You can talk with your uncle, can't you?
Sure, but that's just family. I want to talk to Americans to see what they think about things.
He'll take good care of you. But you know what our teacher says. You don't have to speak English perfectly to be understood. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just do the best you can and everything will be fine. Questions. 1. Have you ever visited any other countries? Where did you go? 2. What did you do there? Did you have language problems? 3. Where would you like to go? 3. A long walk. I signed you up to take a hike all across the country with the other Boy Scouts.
I wish you hadn't done that.
But we talked about this last week. I thought you wanted to do it.
I do, but I'm afraid it will be too hard. I don't know if I'm ready yet.
You're just as ready as anyone else. I'm sure you're anxious just because you've never done it before, but you'll be fine.
Do you really think so?
Of course. There will be plenty of experienced adults along in case there's a problem. But I wouldn't have signed you up if I thought you couldn't do it.
Questions. 1. Do you think walking across your country would be a good experience? How long would it take? 2. What place in your country do you most want to visit? 3. How well do you think you know your own country? Have you visited every part?
4. A different destination. Are we going to the beach this summer?
No, I don't think so. We do that every year.
Then we're going to the mountains instead?
No, this time we're going to do something different.
Stay home and relax?
No, I decided we'd do something useful this year. We're going someplace abroad where a typhoon has just struck, helping the victims rebuild and clean up.
What? What kind of holiday is that? Vacations are supposed to be fun.
Not everything in life is fun. Sometimes we need to think about other people and not just ourselves.
Questions. 1. If you were Brittany, what would you think about your father's plan? 2. Have you ever done any volunteer work? Describe the experience. 3. Talk about whether or not doing volunteer work is necessary. Let's talk more.
One, at different times. I hate to see everybody else taking a vacation at the same time in the summer as I do. The roads are crowded with cars, and the buses and trains are full. And all the popular places have too many people. I think the others should go some other time. If we all spread our vacations out over the whole year, we'd all have a better time. Questions. 1. Do you like to vacation in the summer? Why or why not? 2. Why don't people take their vacations in the spring or fall? 3. What time of year is the best for taking a vacation? Why?
2. The high cost of having fun. I can't understand why everything is more expensive during the holidays. Lodging expenses are through the roof, and meal prices are outrageous. At the same time, fuel costs are skyrocketing. People are so angry about this that maybe everyone will start staying at home during vacation time. Questions. 1. Do you think things are more expensive during holiday seasons? Why? 2. How do you feel when you get ripped off? 3. What can people do to avoid being overcharged?
3. Who wins? My family can't agree on anything. Dad wants to visit his parents. My sister wants to go to the beach. I want to go abroad. And Mom just wants to stay home. She says it is more convenient, less crowded, and cheaper, and that we can enjoy many things without going very far. Questions. 1. Which one do you agree with most? Why? 2. How would you persuade your family to agree with you? 3. In your family, who usually decides how to spend your vacation? Do you always agree?
4. My weird brother. My brother is very odd. He wants to stay at home during summer vacation. He says he likes to stay in his own air-conditioned house, and at home he can eat whenever he wants and play video games and watch movies anytime he likes. But if he goes somewhere, he doesn't have any friends to enjoy himself with, and he gets bored and uncomfortable very easily. He's a real stick in the mud. Questions. 1. Do you understand the brother? Do you agree or disagree with him? Why? 2. What would happen if everyone stayed at home all the time? What if nobody ever stayed at home? 3. Does everyone always like the same things? Give some examples. Real talk. 12. Countries in 14 days.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Where were you yesterday? I thought we were supposed to meet.
Yes, we were, but I fell asleep. I was exhausted from my trip, and I guess I'm still suffering from jet lag. I'm sorry.
Where did you go?
My whole family spent 2 weeks in Europe.
What did you see?
Everything, I think. We spent a lot of time on buses and guided tours, but we saw 12 different countries. I had no idea how different from each other they all are.
12 countries in 2 weeks? No wonder you're tired.
We saw a bullfight in Spain, but I don't understand why people get so excited about it. Mostly it was just very boring. A good action movie is lots more exciting than that.
Did you go to Paris or Florence? Did you see the museums there?
My parents went, but I was allowed to skip the Louvre. Why would anyone want to waste a whole day looking at old statues and paintings?
Then what was the high point of the trip?
Oh, I guess going to Switzerland. The Alps were awesome.
I wish I could go someday, but I think I'd like to spend most of my time in one place and get to know it well, rather than spend the entire vacation going from one place to another.
Next year, maybe we'll just go to Australia. We probably won't travel so much there.
Haven't you looked at a map? Australia is an enormous place. The whole continent is only one country. I bet things are even farther apart than in Europe.
Questions. 1. Why did Keith miss his appointment yesterday? 2. What was the favorite part of his vacation? 3. Do you think Carol would enjoy an American package tour that went to many places over a short period of time? Why or why not?
Read me. Two types of traveler. Tourists are the same the world over. They want new experiences, but they also want to take part of their comfort zone with them. I guess this is why Americans eagerly visit their familiar fast food restaurants wherever they go, and why it is so difficult for Koreans to go any place that doesn't serve kimchi. Some tourists insist on staying in first-class hotels and having their entire itineraries planned for them in advance. It seems they are mostly interested in having their photographs taken in front of a famous place and buying T-shirts to prove to their skeptical friends they have actually been there. Then they want to go to the next hot spot on the map and repeat the process all over again until it is finally time to return home. Other tourists are the classic backpackers. They spend as little money as possible and take an adventurous delight in discovering the unexpected. They may spend weeks being dirty and uncomfortable, but they treasure the authenticity of their travel. However, cheap hotels and youth hostels tend to be depressingly alike in every country, and the best things to be experienced abroad are not necessarily free. Questions. 1. What are the two kinds of tourists according to the essay? 2. In what ways are most tourists the same? 3. Which kind of tourist would you rather be? Why?